Second round. And the crowd certainly behind Conor Ahern. He's one of the few boxers who in the recent championship was able to defend his title. With a lot of new champions crowned here in Ireland this year. But Ahern was champion for the second time at light flyweight. He's a fairly experienced international. He's been around. Although he's only 21, he's got a fair amount of experience. Now, can he keep up the pressure on this man? He mustn't let Perez settle down. If Perez can slow down the pace here and land with some clean punches, because these Cubans are really good at picking off the target with good, clean punches. And Perez just keeping his nose ahead. And there it's even again. It's swinging backwards and forwards, this contest. And this is the second round. And so far, Ahern holding his own. And it would be a major upset if he could win this contest. And this would certainly set the tournament off in the right direction as far as Irish followers are concerned. A huge right hand. And again, he throws a big right hand. He's putting on pressure. Can he keep this up? He hurts his opponent here in the second round. And the Cuban in a little bit of bother in round two. I don't think he's used to this flurry of punches that have been thrown. He's an accurate boxer, the Cuban. But Perez is still trying to settle it down. He's the cleaner puncher at times. And they're in close, holding, spoiling. Referee prizes them apart, checks the Irishman for a bit of holding. And indeed, the Cuban. Good left hand from Ahern. Scores with a good, solid left hand to the face. This is computer scoring. 3 of the 5 judges must press the button simultaneously in order to score a point. And there's the end of the second round. The Irishman representing the 4 nations. Now those punches have got to be clean and well landed in order to score points every so often. Perez drives home a good left hand to the body. For holding. Let's hope he's not warned in this one. Ahern getting his nose in front into the second half of the contest. A lot of spoiling, a lot of missing. Boxing getting a bit untidy as they run out of steam. And this is the fight of his life, I think, for Conor Ahern, this young boxer from Baldoyle. And the crowd urging him on. He's always been popular here in the stadium. And he's plenty of experience. Won a gold medal at the multi-nations in Cork a couple of years ago. And he's been around. Boxed in Bangkok. Trained by Ned Hendricks, a former champion. And there he chases the Cuban before him and scores with a big left hand. This is a good round. A good round for Ahern. Conor Ahern wasn't given much of a chance in this contest. And the Cuban is wobbled on his feet as Ahern drives home a big right hand. Tries again to measure his man and land with a big right. He's swinging for all he's worth with the right hand. It's his best punch. And it's the only way to win this. And the Cuban looking to his corner as if for inspiration. But he's on his own in this ring. He's just got to handle Ahern. And so far, Conor Ahern is getting his nose in front. Well, this would be quite a start to the tournament here. If Ahern can hold it together for one more round to go, and he's in front by 4 points. Well, the final round, and the customers here on the edge of the seats as Ahern comes forward, throwing up a range of punches. He's a win. He's a win within his grasp in this contest, in front on points. And this is a major surprise already. And look at the points building up for Ahern. Perez, not quite sure where to go. It didn't work His plan of campaign didn't work. He would have liked it a slower pace, but Ahern, the plan worked out by his trainer, Ned Hendricks, is working for him. And Billy Walsh, the two of them, obviously told him to go straight for his man at the start. He's had the stamina. That's what we were wondering. Would he last the distance? He's put on the pressure. And victory was in his grasp now. Each boxer almost out on their feet at this stage. This will inspire the rest of the team here, as it looks as if we're in for a win. This will go down in history as one of the great nights of amateur boxing. The fact that Ahern is winning this contest, winning it clearly, way out in front. He's never stopped coming forward. He's never allowed the Cuban to settle down. And the Cuban off balance again. Doesn't know where to go as he's pushed into the corner. Well, it's a turn up for the books, and it looks now as if Ahern is home and dry. Referee checking him for pushing. And this the final round. Every so often Perez looks to his corner, but there's no age there for him. Gum shield is lost. They're trying to draw attention to the referee. The gum shield has fallen from the Cuban, I think. Yes. Well, it's only a couple of seconds pause. I don't think it was deliberate. It'll have to be rinsed out. That sometimes is a bit of a ploy to gain a few seconds, but it's really fatigue in this last round for the Cuban. His balance is lost. His rhythm is going. And it's all over. And it looks as if we're off to a win at the start. What a great contest. Right from start to finish. Non-stop. The pressure from Conor Ahern. Some might have thought he'd never stick it, keep up that pressure, but he did. What a fight. And this is the way he won it, by coming forward from the word goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that excellent contest by a computer scoring of 35 points to 23, representing the Four Nations from Baldoyle, Ireland, Conor Ahern.
Conor Ahern, was that the longest last 2 minutes of your life there?
Oh, that was long, all right. They're all long, but that was very long.
Conor, you came here to win, though, and you must be delighted with the victory.
Oh, I came here to win, like. There's no other point in coming unless you're coming to win. I was in a training camp during the week, and Billy Walsh brought up the tape the last time the Cubans boxed Ireland, and Ireland won 6-3, and I watched McCullough's fight. He was a light flyweight at the time, and he just got in there and he showed the Cuban no respect. He dominated from round one, and I said, if I'm going to beat the Cuban, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to dominate him and bully him, and that's what I did, and I hope all the other lads do it too.
You were one of the few to defend your national senior title only a couple of weeks ago. You must be thrilled with this. What's next for you?
This is a good win. Like, it's always to get good to get a scalp on the Cubans, you know. They don't come easy, but I hope to be pulling off performances like this in major competitions now and bringing home some good medals for Ireland.
Conor Ahern, congratulations.
Thanks a million.
Yeah, Conor Ahern delighted with himself, and indeed, so well he should be. Mick Dowling, first bout of the night, a win for the home side. I mean, it was a tonic for the troops, really.
Absolutely what the team needed. I have to say at the outset here that I watched this little Cuban last week in Liverpool, and he was so impressive. He was involved in one of the best contests of the night, and I said, if Conor Ahern is going to win here tonight, he's going to have to box out of his boots.
Yeah.
And he'd done exactly that. You know, he was really fired up for it. And you know, we've spoken before about the way he behaves before a contest. He walks around the ring as though he's an altar boy or something.
Yeah.
But once the bell rings, I mean, he totally and absolutely changes. And he did learn from the McCullough tape and the last Cuban, when the Cubans were here, because he went forward so much.
You've actually picked out a little clip to illustrate this.
I did,
yeah.
in fact, because you know, he put so much pressure on. Here you can see where he's just going forward, throwing lots of shots, good body punches as well. Now, all of them may not be landing, Michael, but if you're throwing, you know, that many punches, you're bound to get a decent return for it. And he never gave the young Cuban a chance to do any bit of fancy boxing. I have no doubt that if he had stood off the Cuban, and his coach Ned Hendricks and Billy Walsh in the corner were absolutely correct, if he had stood off the Cuban, he would have lost.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Sure. Yeah. Well, he didn't lose. He didn't stand off him, and he didn't lose. So fair play to Conor O'Hearn. Now, the next contest that came into the ring after that, there was Stuart Langley from England. He lost to Aguilera. So we're going to move on to the next one again. This is the bantamweight contest, and in this we have David Oliver Joyce, not to be confused with the other boxer, David Joyce. He from St. Michael's in Athy. Now, he was up against Osiera Hernandez. We're going to join this one at the start of round 2, and Joyce is 4-3 down as we join it.
Round 2.
Second round. At bantamweight for the Four Nations. In white is Joyce. David Oliver Joyce. Just a point adrift at this stage. I just want to smarten up his boxing a little bit more now in this second round. And not allow Hernandez to dictate the pace. Joyce is a big puncher. He's got to find his range with that big right hand. Land a couple of those. And this may cause a bit of an upset. Because any win against the Cuban is an upset. And this is a good round so far for Joyce. He's evened up the score. In fact, he's got in front by 1 point. Crowd here giving great support to the Irish boxers. Yes, for many, it's looked upon as a no-hope situation, but so far we're doing all right against these Cubans. He's aiming to score with that big right hand. And this is a great second round for David Joyce. David Joyce punching hard. This 18-year-old boxing the Cuban in his own game by bringing in a couple of good body shots. This is a puncher's contest. Two boxers shoulder to shoulder, relying on the big punch. Overcomes the big swinging right hand. And he's showing a good variety of punching in this round now. That was a great round for David Joyce. Now are we in for a big surprise in this bantamweight contest. David Joyce from St. Michael's in Athy. Newly crowned Irish senior champion, way in front of this contest against the Cuban. He must keep his boxing together and not allow this Hernandez back into the contest. Joyce has got plenty of good punches. You know? He can hit hard with either hand. He unloaded with some really devastating punches in that second round. Can he get into that flow of punching again? Cuban is changing his tactics now. He's not standing shoulder to shoulder. He's trying to steal the points and back away. Joyce stalking him. And he pins him in the corner. Billy Walsh in his corner is urging him on to keep up that pressure when he does get his man up against the ropes. Don't let him escape. He must keep pressure rising. Pushing him back. He's throwing the punches for all he's worth. This is quite a gap that's building up between these and points. Are we in for another surprise here? And the Cuban is not quite sure what to do. I think in the opening round he thought he could out-punch the Irishman, but Joyce is a hard hitter. And Hernandez tasted a few of those hard blows to the body and head. And has backed off ever since. He's trying to get at that long range. Joyce Still coming forward, pressing home the advantage. And he's way out in front now at this stage.
Fourth and final round.
Well, it's the fourth and final round, and who would think that there'd be such a gap in points here with young Davy Joyce from County Kildare way out in front against the Cuban. He's to hold it together now for these 2 minutes, and he's a winner. Hernandez from Cuba, trailing by quite a margin, 18 points to 4. Now it's 5. Cuban can creep up with points, but I think the gap is too big now. Joyce has just got to keep it together here. Keep a good defense. Continue the way he was, put on a bit of pressure every so often. This Cuba doesn't like it when he's pushed back. Joyce has been pushing him back quite a bit in this contest. He never allowed the Cuban to set the pace. He's been the one who's been dictating the pace all the way through here. He's been first on the attack almost throughout. 1, 2, 3, clean, 4 clean punches. They almost put Hernandez on the floor there. What a puncher. He's only 18. But what a puncher. What a prospect. Only recently crowned Irish champion. Did most of his boxing in underage boxing. And the big punches again are coming from Joyce. He gets tremendous power. Left hook to the body every so often, and that big looping right hand. And he's really enjoying himself in this last round. 20 points ahead. How often do you see a Cuban not far behind? And it's all over, and there's absolutely no doubt who the better man was there. 20 points ahead. Clear-cut winner.
And the winner of that contest by computer scoring of 27 points to 7, representing the Four Nations.
The Four Nations. Joyce a winner, a clear-cut winner by 20 points, 27 to 7. They don't get much better than that.
David Oliver Joyce, what was it like in that last round? Were you hurting a little bit?
No, I wasn't hurting me, no. I even felt stronger in the last round than the first 3 rounds. And I thought I was getting a better hand of him in the last round, really. And I was getting him with the left hook and right hook all times. That's what I tried. I just kept my hands tight and all that, and let it flow from there.
Did you fancy your chances going into this bout?
No, they're a good team. They are a good Cuban team. This doesn't happen every day, getting into the ring with a Cuban and actually beating them. I don't know, it wasn't my result before I went in.
It must be one of the biggest results of your career so far. You're not long at senior level. This must be a great night for you. Yeah,
this is my second international senior fight, and this has been the best one of the whole lot. Beating a Cuban in Ireland in front of all this crowd and all. I mean, it was beautiful.
A classy bit of punching. Congratulations, David Oliver Joyce. A wonderful victory.
Thank you.
It was indeed a wonderful victory. If things had gone a little bit quiet after Langley's defeat in the previous bout, they were rised up again, as they say, in the stadium for that particular one. And everybody who travelled up from Athy to see that, I'm sure they were delighted with his performance.
Yeah, you know, there are about 5 Joyces, and they're all Irish champions, and there's always great debate as to which of the Joyces is the best. You know that I've said to you during the championships, he was my boxer of the championships. Yeah. His cousin David was given the best boxer award, but for my thinking, my mind, he is the best. He is very, very good, very exciting fighter. Gets great power into his punches, has a wonderful defence, and doesn't care whether it's a Cuban or an American or just a local Irish boy he's boxing.
Sure. We're going to have a look at him in action in that contest again now, Mick, just to pick out some of it. The thing about it is, it was 27-7 at the end. If that had been at the end of round 3, the fight would have been stopped with the 20-point rule.
That is right. You know, people might wonder, why did the Cuban not get scores? Because he went round 2 and round 3 without a single score from the Cuban. Now, the reason for that, Michael, and you could see it in that little clip there, Joyce has a very, very tight defence, carries the hands very, very high, and, you know, a few of his other club mates have that as well, which is absolutely excellent. Here we are now, we're in round 4, and it shows again the great power that he gets into punches. You can see them there, whacking them in, The Cuban tries to come back with his own few, but David Oliver, who trains so hard, he has no problem keeping the pressure up there, and he can take anything that the Cuban is throwing and comes back with his own. Really good body puncher, and in the senior championships he was very impressive with his body punching in particular.
Well, Mick, he was followed into the ring then after that by another boxer from St. Michael's in Athy. This was Eric Donovan. Now, Donovan was fighting Arguilo Hernandez in his particular contest. Let's have a look at this one. We're joining this at the start of round 2, and Donovan leads by 8 points to 5.
And off we go for the second round. At featherweight, 57 kilos. And so far, Eric Donovan leading by 8 points to 5. Eric Donovan, County Kildare. The boxers from the Kildare Club are trained by the president of the IABA, Dominic O'Rourke. And here he is putting on pressure on this Cuban in the second round. The Cuban is not quite sure what's happening. Now Donovan must keep up this pressure here. Sometimes he's inclined to slow down a bit in his contests. But if he leaves the door open at all, this Cuban will come back at him. So he's going to keep up this pressure, keep forcing his man back, and connect with that left hand. This so far a great night for Irish boxing. A lot of new champions in the last year or so in Irish amateur boxing. They're certainly getting experience against the best in the world, and they're holding their own, and indeed even better. This is quite a lead he's building up here. 13-6 in favor of Donovan. And Hernandez is not quite sure what's happening here. His boxing is becoming somewhat ragged. Donovan has got to keep it tight. Keep his concentration. Now has the energy to stay the full distance as he sinks home a solid left hand to the body. Midway stage, and it's all favouring Eric Donovan. Well, there, man, so far. He's got to keep up this pressure here. He's never allowed Hernandez to really settle down. And then it looked all business in the opening round. There's a big, dangerous right hand from the Cuban. And he leaves his chin hanging up in the air and is caught with a good, solid left hand. Warning against Cuban, hitting with the inside of the lung. Hernandez boxing getting untidy and ragged. Donovan. He's a hard clincher. Oh, a beautiful left hand. He gets a little power into the lead left hand punch. He's picking his man off freely in this round now. 10 points ahead. And the Cuban's not quite sure what's going on. This is going to be some day for the boxers of Kildare. St. Michael's Boxing Club Athy. Another of the stars, Eric Donovan. Whips in another good solid punch. Now, if there's such a thing as comfort in the ring, he looks comfortable at this stage. And the Cuban does not. The Cuban punching going astray at the end of the round. The time has run out for the Cuban. And there's a clear-cut win for Eric Donovan. What a great win and what a great night of amateur boxing. Donovan, slight bit of trouble to his eye, but there a good clean left hand looping on to his opponent's chin. And there's the score. You don't see bigger score as that very often.
Center of the ring. Santa. Ladies and gentlemen, show your appreciation for both excellent young boxers. And the winner of that contest, by a computer scoring of 28 points to 16, representing the Four Nations, Donovan in the red corner.
Eric Donovan, you must have been fiercely determined to make it a great 1-2 for St. Michael's tonight, and you did it. Well done.
Brilliant, you know, it's not every day, like the lad said, not every day you get a chance to box a Cuban on our own turf, you know what I mean? And I might never get this chance again, and I wasn't going to let it slip by, you know. Delighted with everything, the training, the coaches, everything went well, training camp. And if I was ever ready for him, I'm ready for him now. And I'm in great condition, I'm delighted.
You went after your opponent from start to finish. You never let up, did you?
That's it, the Cubans like to box you know, and we tried to make them, like, we tried to hustle them and shove them around, knock them out of rhythm. Because when they're in the rhythm, you know, they are the best. That's why they're the best in the world. So I had to get in there, shake them up, show them a bit of the Irish rough, you know what I mean? The Irish rough, I should say. And it worked out well for me, you know.
Did you know you were 10 points ahead going into that final round?
I did, yeah, and I deserved to be, you know what I mean? I kept the hands high all the time, made them miss, banged them in my own hard shots, hurt them with shots to the body. He didn't want to know, you know what I mean? Like I said, they like to dictate the fight, but it's not happening here.
Well, a great win for the Four Nations, for Ireland and for St. Michael's of Athy. Well done, Eric Donovan.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to thank my supporters up there.
And proper order too. I mean, these things don't come easy. You can see from the bruises and scrapes and Eric Donovan that he was in the contest, but won it very well, Mick Dowling.
He did, yeah. I watched Hernandez again last week, and, and he was quite impressive, beating a Welsh opponent by, I think it was eight points. But tonight in Eric Donovan, he found a totally different opposition there. Donovan is a totally different boxer than David Oliver Joyce. You know, he's very slick, that cute southpaw, doesn't get involved. He did a bit tonight now, to be fair to him. And he showed the battle scars there after.
He did, actually. The Cuban had been warned about scraping with the glove, and you could see some marks in the shoulder.
Indeed, well, the Cuban wasn't punching too well. He slaps a little bit, and in fact, he got a caution for it, and a caution which cost him 2 points. But Donovan is a nice, smart, slick fighter, and generally doesn't get involved at all. But he was throwing, just like Oliver Joyce, he was throwing too many punches. You can see here he's working very well, decent defence, but again, he's just throwing too many punches for the Cuban, which is very surprising to see the Cubans out-punched, you know, in both power and in volume. And once again, the Irish boxer just wasn't taking any clean shots, and you have to land cleanly, Michael, with the knuckle part of the glove to get a stadium.
Yeah, more action coming up for you now. This time it's in the welterweight division. We have Carl Brabison from Dublin against Jorge Herrera, and we're going to join this one in round one.
Round one.
Brabison, southpaw, leading to the right. Carl Brabison from St. Saviour's out of Dublin. Straight away, but there's no point score. All there is 1 point. Brabison. He's a puncher, Brabison. There's something special about this Irish team tonight. Are trying from the word go to upset the rhythm of the Cubans, because if these Cubans are allowed to settle and dictate the pace of the contest, there's no holding them. And this one has a long reach, but Brabison has a punch. And there he whips it in again, a little bit short this time. He's trying to hook with that right hand lead, find his way to his opponent's chin. And he's able to get a lot of power into it. Bobbing and weaving, trying to look for a gap in the defense. Herrera, very tall, long reach. Brabazon trying to get under those swinging arms to get in with a couple of good punches. A lot of missing in this opening round. Cuban tries to wind up a right hand there. Does clip his man with a good left. Scoring fairly low. Well, it's anybody's contest so far, and there's the end of the opening round. Herrera just a fraction in front. Well, it's the final round. Brabazon can still win this one. But this would be a big upset. Herrera only 1 point ahead. Herrera now getting his act together. Is he in this last round? Urged on by his corner to pull out all the stops and do something special here. Oh, and he lifts his knee there. And the boxer getting untidy. Brabazon doing the chasing in this last round. He needs a good cluster of punches. He needs to land with a few. And Cuban is backing away. He probably knows about the score. He's got his nose in front, and he looked over to his corner. Irish corner urging on Brabazon forward. It's there for the winning still. But the time is running away. It's possible. Herrera on the retreat. Brabazon needs one or two more. Herrera keeps looking back to his corner as if they can tell him what score it is. But he's got to concentrate on his boxing. And it looks as if Brabazon is having a great final round. Can he hold it together? And it looks as if we're in for another big surprise and another Irish win here as the clock ticks away. 3 points in front. Forces Herrera on the back foot. And there's another win and another surprise. Brabazon, Carl Brabazon from St. Saviour's Club in Dublin. What a great win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that contest by a computer scoring of 17 points to 14, representing the Four Nations!
Well, the Four Nations.
Brabazon in the red corner.
Which means Carl Brabazon. Carl Brabazon from Dublin is the winner.
Only in that last round did you get ahead. What a performance.
Thanks very much. Now, my corner were saying to me was close the whole way through, and they said that I needed to pick it up. So that last round I went all out. Make sure that wasn't being caught with anything stupid and getting through with my shots, but clean shots, picking those shots. And that's the difference that I made. I got through with the more clean shots in that last round.
These Cubans arrived here with a huge reputation. It didn't matter to you tonight, obviously.
I give them no respect coming into it. It's the same thing that if you go in there with anybody, same punches that are going to be thrown at you, you do the exact same things to it, exact same movements, exact same counters. So I give them no respect coming in here. I was so confident. Same as it was for the Four Nations, same as it was for the Cedars. I believed that I could do it, and I went and done it.
Carl Brabazon, another great win for the Four Nations.
Thanks very much.
Well, in a contest that was so tight all the way through, Brabazon really held his game together very well in that and came away with the win at the end of it. And things looking fantastic now, obviously, at this stage, from an Irish point of view. Brabazon boxed well in that. He did in contest as well at times.
Yeah, he did, Michael. You know, a week is a long time in boxing because last week he lost by 10 points. Not only did he lose, but he took a count last week. But, you know, when Brabazon goes to bed, he lies awake for about at least an hour trying to figure out how he's going to win his next fight. And he would certainly have done it with that. When he got out of the ring last week, he said to me, "What do you think I should do?" And I said to him, "Well, it's hard to say what he should have done, but perhaps maybe throw a few more punches. And right enough there tonight, he's generally very precise with his punches. And maybe that's where he lost it last week. But tonight, he wasn't going to lose it. Home crowd, you know, he was really into it. He started off excellently there by getting that right hook in, lands beautiful here, but he pins him with that right hook as his opponent came to him and had him down for a count. So that gave him a great boost at the very start of the contest.
Sure. And as I said a moment ago, as this night was going along, it was getting better and better and better now from an Irish point of view.
Well, they were doing so well, you know. As far as Brabazon is concerned, you know, he first came to notice Michael about 5-6 years ago. And because he used to wear a scrum cap, would you believe? You know, he could have given it to Shane Horgan, who was in the crowd tonight. But here again, he's pressing his man. He's determined that he's on home ground here tonight, and he's going to win it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Cuban had all the style, but he had all the punches and the points at the end of it all.
The thing about that Cuban, you know, Brabazon was a better puncher, more correct, more precise puncher. The Cuban was a little bit slappy, and unusual for a Cuban that he wasn't punching correctly. And I think at the end of it all, well, it was down to that last round, and Brabazon wanted to win it so badly. He won it by 3 points.
Well, Mick, the next boxer in the ring really wanted to win badly as well, because in a night when he was one of the star turns from an Irish point of view, and this, of course, was Andy Lee from Limerick, then surely he didn't want to lose his middleweight contest. He was fighting against Jordanis de España. He was beaten last week. Could he turn it around here tonight? Let's see what happened. We join it at the start of round one.
Round one.
Round one. The crowd, of course, will be behind Andy Lee, this international, the Four Nations, against Cuba, España, was able to win this contest last week. Lee is confident he can do it this time. Drops him in the first round. Lee will probably be a little more positive than he was the last time in the opening round. He knows what he's to do. He knows the limitations of his opponent. He's going to put them to the full test tonight. España, perhaps the most experienced on the Cuban team. Bronze medalist in the World Championships. He's had an awful lot of international experience. Well over 200 contests. Lee is from St. Francis Club in Limerick, Irish champion at middleweight. And he was our sole representative last Olympics. There's high hopes for him. I want to tighten his boxing a little bit in this opening round. Southpaw trying to dictate the contest here, trying to take control, pushing back. Cuban. And there he scores with a good free-flowing left hand. That was a good opening round. Scores not too high, but that doesn't matter if you can stay in front. Well, it's the last round. And Andy Lee is in front. And he's just got to hold this lead now. And it's another win for the Four Nations. And he starts straight away with a good combination of punches there. And the crowd really urging him on. Great start to this last round. He's been checked for doing a bit of holding by the Cuban referee. He had a good last round against this fella last week. But he should be able to handle him from now till the end. He got the scores up early this time. He looks confident getting into the ring. And he felt confident. I think it makes an awful difference. The Cuban upset from an early stage. This is a great victory for Lee, particularly when he was beaten only a week ago. To be able to sit down and work out the approach for the return and take over, take command and cash in on the mistakes of the Spaniard. He's broken the Cuban's heart, I think, in this contest. But I'm sure he felt confident coming into the ring here. But Lee has been outmaneuvering him throughout. And there he connects with a good, solid right hand. The Cuban trying for all his worth to land the big punch. It's too late now, I think. This has been a great display by Andy Lee. 21-year-old Andy Lee from Limerick. And there it's victory once again for an Irish boxer. And Andy Lee is the man this time. Well, the Spaniard tried an awful lot in that last round to pull it out. But no, Lee was always in command. A cracking right hand to the chin.
The winner of that contest by computer scoring of 13 points to 8, representing the Four Nations.
Well, no doubt about the result there. Confirmation of a great win for Andy Lee.
Happy no one.
I know he beat you last week, so how determined were you throughout the week to get one up on him tonight?
Yeah, he's been like a thorn on my side since last week. I can't get him out of my head, so now hopefully I'll be able to relax and get back to training.
Did you change your tactics at all tonight?
No, I just worked at a bit of higher tempo. I didn't get fooled for he was fainting a lot, and I didn't get fooled into him this time. I knew his game plan, and so we changed ours a little bit, and we got the points. It was a tough fight. He's a very good fighter. You can see I was very tired in the last round. It takes a lot out of you fighting these guys.
With all the victories going to Ireland so far tonight, you must have been hugely determined to get another one on board.
Yeah, we have Ian Timms next, and then a big Ian Lewisham from London. He's representing the Four Nations, so we're going well. Everyone's buzzing in the dressing room, and we're all delighted for everyone turning out tonight and supporting us here, because the crowd is what make the night, and they're giving us that extra boost when they're cheering us on, so it's great.
All right, well done, Andy Lee.
Absolutely fantastic to see Andy Lee win. He's just beaten a Cuban. He just wants to get back into training again. He boxed very smart tonight, I thought.
He did, Michael, yeah. He's generally a very smart fighter anyway, you know, but it's amazing what you can learn in a week, you know, and I think it's a feather in the cap of the two Irish boxers that boxed last week, lost a week later the fight. So it's a feather in the cap not only of the boxers, but of the coaches as well. You know, they've read the situation very well.
Yeah, Billy Walsh and the other lads have done a great job in the week with him.
They've done an excellent job, yeah. Andy's a very cute fighter, you know. I love to see him get that right foot close and sneak in the sneaky punches, because that's what he does. He's not a power hitter. He's not a David Oliver Joyce. He's more of a Eric Donovan style. That's southpaw style, which is sleek and slick and all that. That's the kind of fighter you know, is very hard to fight.
Absolutely. Right from the start, he was off to a good start in this contest.
Yeah, he got away to an excellent start, all right. Again, you can see with that right hand, he's drawing his opponent in. And remember, there he gets a lovely right hook, beautiful right hook there. Gets it on target. You know, the referee didn't give a count there, but that wasn't the important thing there.
Sure.
What was important there was that Andy Lee got a score for that.
Yes.
But yet,
and there weren't too many scores in the contest.
No, but there never is with Andy Lee, because the type of fighter he is. You know, you hear us talk about this thing of being a good fighter for the computer. Andy is that type of fighter. He's very hard to hit. He will never be in a contest where the crowd are up in the seats cheering and roaring. Never.
Sure.
But he's so cute, and he's very precise again with his punches. He gets hit very, very little. David Oliver Joyce, we spoke about earlier, would make a tremendous professional boxer.
Yeah.
Andy Lee, I'm delighted he has stayed amateur, because his style is much more suited to the amateur game. Here we are in the fourth round. The Spaniard knows that he has to pull out all of the stops, and he piles under pressure trying to land the big punch. But the more he piled it on, the more he was getting caught, because that suits Andy Lee. He picks you off as you come forward.
Yeah. Would Andy Lee make a professional?
In short, no. His style is not suited to pro boxing, and I think anybody that really knows the boxing would agree with that. And I think Andy made a tremendous correct decision when he decided to stay with the amateurs, because his style
And yet
is...
he's such a lovely boxer.
He's a lovely fighter, he's a lovely young fella, very, very cute, but doesn't have that real power, you know. But there, in that final round, he lands those few long, clean punches, and it's the clean punches delivered with the knuckle part of the glove that get the scores up on the computer. You can throw punches to beat the band, Michael.
Sure.
But if they're not landing, you don't get scored. Full stop.
Yeah. Well, it was a great win, and it got the crowd all excited, of course. Pity there wasn't one or two more people there tonight, actually, to see this.
Well, I understand there was about 1,500 people there, but it's a stadium that, you know, that can seat 2,000 people. Ireland v Cuba, Four Nations v Cuba, Two Nations as it was tonight, that should be a total and absolute sellout.
Yeah.
And I have said on so many occasions, and maybe with the hierarchy of the IABA, I will be unpopular for saying they get their pricing wrong.
Yeah.
The place should be packed to the hilt at half the price. They charge 30, 40 and 50 euro. And Michael, you get into the All-Ireland finals for that. And with all due respects to our own Irish fighters, they should be trying to fill the stadium at 10, 15 and 20. It would be much better for boxing, much better for the fighters, much better for the atmosphere.
It would, of course, yeah.
And
Anyway,
it would give the working man, which this is a working man's sport, it would give them an opportunity to go to the stadium and take their children.
Well, Mick, the people who went there tonight were well rewarded. Now, there were one or two other contests that we haven't seen so far, and I want to briefly talk about those, Mick, as well. We mentioned Stuart Langley, who was the English fighter. He was second on the bill tonight, and he lost his contest 28-12. It was fairly clear-cut, Mick, and he was lucky to stay on his feet.
Well, Langley lost last week. He lost by 14 points. He lost tonight by 16 points, so it's not better he's getting anyway, you know, but he gave it a brave go.
And Ian Timms?
Ian comes to fight. He was called in at short notice here, but he was always outgunned. He's always an honest fighter, will give his very best. Landed a few nice punches there, but there was never any doubt about the winner in this one.
And then the Englishman, Ian Lewison, was the last one on the bill. Now, he actually won his contest. This was actually stopped. The Cuban had a shoulder injury.
Indeed.
But he was leading at the time, now, in fairness to him.
The Englishman was, you know, the English super heavyweight won very, very impressively last week, and I think the Cubans left their very big guns behind in that heavy and super heavy division. But nevertheless, you know, a really excellent performance from all of the Irish boys and from that big super heavyweight from England.
Let's have a look, Mick, then at how it all worked out in the end, and a fine look. And it was good reading tonight from an Irish point of view. This is the way that the results went, as I said earlier on. Great win to start off from Conor O'Hearn. That got things going. David Oliver Joyce winning then, and of course, Eric Donovan, his clubmate from Athy there, also winning. That was a great result as well. Moving on to the next page. Things kept going with Carl Brabazon, and of course Andy Lee that we saw there a few minutes ago. Didn't work out for Ian Timms, unfortunately, but Ian Lewison then finishing off the night on a great old night for Irish boxing, and indeed the Four Nations, it has to be said, of the two English boxers involved